Welcome to the Titty Gang Podcast. We are 4 ladies with titties, and this is our podcast. So, yeah. Does anyone want to introduce themselves?
Okay, so I'm Holly. I'm the only British one here, so you'll definitely recognise my voice.
So it's nice to meet you, Holly. My name is Maria. I live in the United States, and I'm afraid of birds.
Nice. I'm Alexia. I'm actually the only Canadian because Canada rocks. Sorry, America. Don't know what to tell you about that. Anyway, yeah, if you can recognize a Canadian accent, then that's me. If not, then good luck.
Okay, and I am Marina. I live in Texas, and I like to party, so...
I just realised I forgot to say my special fact about myself.
Let's hear it.
So, I'm Holly and I like to drink. There you go.
Nice.
Good.
Nice.
All right, so, yep, those are our special facts. It's been really hard to get everybody, like, here at the same time. But here we are.
Finally.
Yeah, organising 4 people that live in almost different countries.
All 4 of us are in different time zones.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true.
We're doing it all for the titties.
For me, it's 7 minutes to midnight recording this.
I don't even know what time it is for me. It's almost 5 o'clock.
It's almost 7 now.
Yeah, it's almost 6 for me. And then there's Holly.
This is
Poor
true
Holly.
dedication. Don't say I never did anything for any use.
Salute to the true soldier out here, really.
Honestly.
So it's Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah.
How did everybody's week go?
Good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
So,
I started my new job this week.
Yeah, how's that going?
It's pretty good. It's a lot quieter than what I'm used to, but everyone's really nice, and I just watch YouTube all day.
That sounds lit. Honestly.
Wait, I hope my employer doesn't listen to this.
Just as a general disclaimer for the entire podcast now and thereafter, nothing we say reflects the opinions of our employers. Just throwing that out there.
I mean,
Okay.
if our employers decided to look up Titty Podcast, then I don't know. I don't know what to say about them either.
We're both getting told on.
That's a nice HR meeting in the morning.
Like, hey, I heard you on your podcast. You were talking to me. Oh, well, why were you looking up Titty Podcast?
Checkmate.
Now I'm the boss.
Instant promotion.
It's like when you ditch work to go somewhere and you see your boss, like, you were both ditching work, but neither of you can say anything. Because you'll both get in trouble.
Yeah.
I can't really. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't relate to that, but that's an interesting...
Okay, well, I've never done it. I'm just saying, like, people do that.
Yeah, I
I've
get it.
never skipped work. Like, I always go.
Yeah, I've never, like, skipped work and faked being sick.
Me either,
Yeah, same.
honestly. I mean, actually, no, I have fake being sick, but I've never, like, skipped work and, like, been like, I'm sick, and then went to, like, a party. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not...
One time I didn't go to work because I was hungover and I couldn't function. That's not my current job. Nobody try and get me for that one.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait, I did do that one time.
I feel like everyone's done it at least once.
Yeah. It was, I was like still throwing up. I was gonna go to work. Like, I was even like putting my pants on and everything. And then like I realized like there's no way. Like I can't stop puking.
Jesus.
Oh, I've thrown up multiple times on shift from being hungover.
God.
Oh, God.
At my old job.
What was your old job?
I'm not about to reveal that information.
I want to know where they have their employees just fucking throwing up. And then they keep them there.
At one point I had to like speak to my manager and I just went, please just send me home. Because I'd got home at 3 a.m. and I was at work at 9 a.m.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
And I got there and I missed my stop on the like tram. I missed the stop because I wasn't paying any attention because I'm pretty sure I was still drunk. So I had to walk from the next tram stop to work. Got to work, and then every manager like has their own punishment for whoever is hungover. So sometimes you'll get stuck doing something that you really, really did not want to do. So I was stuck cleaning these like grills that we had when I was hungover. And it got to about 11 o'clock and I just went to my manager. I was like, I will literally do anything if you just send me home. And he's like, go home and get in bed. I was like, okay, thank you.
Oh my
Thank
god.
you.
What a
horrible.
good guy or girl. What good
What a
person.
nice employer.
I think they were pretty much used to it at that job. Not just with me, but like with a lot of the other people that work there.
Sounds like a litty place.
It was hella lit. So another thing that happened this week, Grammy nominations came out.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I think they came out yesterday or the day before.
I think it was yesterday. I have no idea who half of these people are.
Yeah, like
I'm
who is
gonna look
Brandy
now.
Carlisle? Like
I have no idea. It must be like some country artist or something.
I feel like you know like like we're saying who's Brandy Carlisle, and then there's like these Brandy stans that are gonna listen and be like, "How don't you
Don't
know?"
come for us.
Like she's in album of the year. Like I feel like
Also, my favourite nomination is album of the year, various artists. Black Panther. Everyone on my album is just gonna claim that they've got a Grammy. Everyone.
oh yeah, that's true. There's like there's a whole
How many? What, like, there's gonna be like at least 12 songs
yeah.
by different artists.
A lot of them are Kendrick
So-
Lamar.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, various artists. Okay, so it's referring to the whole Black Panther album because there's so many different like songs and artists that contributed to that soundtrack.
Yeah.
What gets
What-
me is like, so I'm looking at record of the year, right? And there's that song "The Middle" by Zedd, and I swear to God that song came out at least like 3 years ago. Like half these songs I feel like definitely did not come out in 2018.
Let me look that up.
Obviously, like like Shallow and This Is America, they all came out in 2018. Brandy Carlisle, again, she got a Song of the Year, a Song of the Year nomination. She didn't win it, not yet.
It was released in 2018.
Really? I
Yeah.
thought it was released like a very long time ago.
No. I do see again like The Joke by Brandy Carlisle. Who is that? What is that song?
I'm gonna
I've never heard it.
Yeah, I've never heard of this girl before in my entire life.
I also don't know who HER is.
I have no idea.
Oh, I've listened to them.
Oh, really?
They have good music.
Greta Van
Apparently-
Fleet.
I've heard of Greta. Apparently, this article says that Brandy Carlisle is the most nominated woman at the Grammys this year.
Oh.
None of us have heard of
Why?
her.
Yeah.
I feel like
Who
She's
is
nominated for 6 awards.
She's a
Let's
folk rocker.
She has 2 children, 4 and
Damn.
11 months. And
She's
she-
divorced twice.
She's married.
you know what? You do you, girl. Like damn.
Wait,
6
look at Best New
nominations.
Artist. Isn't Greta Van Fleet that one girl that won America's Got Talent?
No,
I haven't
that's,
watched that show in a while.
Do you mean Grace Van whatever her face is?
Van der Waal.
Yeah, is that who you mean?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
When she did that, she just came out with an original song, and that was it.
Oh.
That was every performance. Her with a ukulele.
Also, wait, wasn't Dua Lipa last year's Best New Artist?
I don't think so.
I don't know, but I don't think BB Rexa counts as a new artist.
No,
because
She's not.
Yeah.
she's been around for a while.
Yeah, like she's not. Hello, Grammys.
I have a
Excuse
question.
me.
Oh, Mac Miller is nominated for Best Rap Album.
Oh,
I saw that.
I have a feeling
That's
he's gonna
nice,
win.
but, like-
I feel like if he doesn't win, people will like get pissed.
Lay into the Grammys, yeah. I think it's a nice thing to do,
Yeah.
but a lot of people, I feel like, are gonna get angry because he wasn't nominated when he was alive.
Yeah.
And then maybe I'm not saying that's the reason he's nominated, but
Can I just say this? Best Pop Vocal Album, that's definitely going to go to Ariana Grande.
Oh yeah.
of course,
100%.
100%.
Or you know what? I mean, I don't know, Ariana. I feel like it's in between Ariana Grande, Shawn Mendes, and Taylor Swift. Cause like
Yeah, but I don't think
No.
Taylor Swift has done a lot this year.
she hasn't.
I don't think she has.
But you know, those Swifties, they're
I'm over
they
Taylor
go-
Swift. I've never been a Taylor Swift fan. I can't stand her.
me either. I don't
And
like her
I
either.
feel so bad about it, but like, I'm sorry.
I'm indifferent. I'm not for and not against her. I think she's a bit weird.
She used to really,
She
really annoy me
is.
when she was more like country in the beginning. Like her songs pissed me off so bad. Like I was like 10 and I was like, yo, shut up, Taylor Swift. Like, bro, like every time a song will come on the radio, I get pissed. Like I'm like 10 years old.
10 years old just getting really angry at Taylor Swift for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah, and also like Ariana stans. I'm sorry. I don't like her. I like her music. Her music is okay. I don't mind her music. But like, yo, if I have to hear her one more time, like, I'm Ariana Grande. Hi, what's going on? Like, I love my music. I love pretending to be Christina Aguilera and doing vocal things. Hi, like if I have to hear her one more time, like I'm gonna snap.
I just I love appearing on Jimmy Fallon every week.
Okay, listen.
I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
I like Ariana Grande a lot, and I don't mind that she's on Jimmy Fallon every week, okay? and she does not sound anything like Christina Aguilera.
And she
Like,
doesn't,
what
but
are
she
you
tries to
smoking?
be. She tries to
I
be.
don't think so at all.
I don't think she's trying to be Christina. I really like her music, to be honest, but like, she does really good impressions of people.
She
and-
does. I have
And
to
I
agree
think
with
sometimes that is milked a little bit, especially when she does talk shows, because everyone asks her about it. Like, so maybe that's the reason why it does get quite annoying.
Yeah, the only thing, that when I say she sounds like Christina Aguilera, it's like when she does, like, obviously excuse this because I'm terrible, but when she does, like, her, like, she'll go in the songs and she'll just be like, whoa, 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 like, in the background, and I'm like, yo, girl, like, girl, like, you're doing the most. Like you are
It's
doing
like
the
when-
most. It's so unnecessary. Like,
What's the song she has where she just starts doing the whistle notes because we all know she can? It was one of the
All of
newest
them?
ones.
Oh, wasn't that on Fallon?
all of them.
Yeah. All of them.
Sorry.
No, it's on a new album. I've fucking forgotten the name of it. But yeah, the entire song is just all these whistle notes. And it's not a bad song, don't get me wrong, but like, we kind of get it now.
Yeah, like I get it. Like, oh god.
Oh,
Like, we
my
get it.
God.
You can sing better than I can. Like, move on, please.
She reminds reminds me of like those people like in high school that like there's always that one kid who like will go and like all of a sudden you're like talking and they just like start singing just to flex.
Yes. That reminds me of that video of Halsey in the mall singing Blink-182.
It's exactly. It's literally exactly like that.
That's also someone else I can't get behind.
Oh, Halsey. Oh,
No,
God.
Halsey can crawl in a hole and let us all forget about her. I don't
What
care.
did Halsey do to you guys? Jesus.
She just reminds me of like every Tumblr person like, ever.
She just looks. She looks
Excuse
like
me?
every vegan. Every vegan that's in an all-female band is Halsey.
Oh my god.
Oh God. She dated Elon Musk, right?
No, that was
No.
Grimes.
Oh.
Yeah, that was Grimes.
Same person.
Halsey x Elon Musk.
She dated G-Eazy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Halsey's sex. Imagine.
I don't know anything about G-Eazy besides that Noel gives him a shout out at the beginning of I fucked your bitch.
IFYB.
IFYB, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't know a lot about Jeezy. Literally, the only thing I know about him is that he dated Halsey.
And cheated on her.
I don't even know
I
why
didn't know
Noel
that.
shouts out G-Eazy at the beginning of that song. Did he fuck Halsey?
No. He had
No,
sex with G-Eazy.
Wait, what?
That is not the reason Jeezy gets shouted out.
I'm just kidding. I know that he loves Alina and has been with her for 7 years.
All right, no, Cody and Noel stan over here.
Yeah, really.
We all are stans.
That's
It's
that's
true,
why
but-
we're all here.
Vine should have never died.
I still have the app on my phone. Like it's still the original Vine.
Oh my god! No way!
I
Yeah.
never
They still have it. You
I
can
never-
like go ahead.
I never
You can
downloaded
just use it
it.
as like a camera.
I'm shocked.
You
I'm
never
shocked that they
downloaded
still have the
Vine?
app.
I never had it.
Guys.
Everyone's just gone silent. Nobody can believe that you didn't have Vine.
No, none of my friends talked about it until after it was like, I think it
Dead.
was like, no, it was the last year that it was alive that I finally like heard about it and started watching them. But I never downloaded the app on my phone. I just like people would send me them or I would see them on Twitter or like I would go to vine.com and watch them online.
Oh my
but I never had the
God.
app. I don't know why it never clicked that there was an app.
I've never
Yeah.
heard anyone to not like know of Cody and that through Vine and not have the app.
I didn't know Cody and Noel through Vine.
How did you find them?
My coworker, because I had after Vine died, that's when like the Vine compilations started being posted and stuff, and I had watched all of them, you know, and so I definitely knew about the skinny penis Vine. And then I was at work watching YouTube videos, and my coworker was like, "Have you seen this guy Cody Co?" And I was like, "No, but I'll type it in." So I started watching. I don't remember what the first video was, but that was it. I watched all of his videos, and then I saw Noel in a That's Cringe video, and then I think they mentioned the podcast at one point, and so me and Alyssa both started listening to the podcast, and then I got caught up with the podcast after a few months, and then I subbed to the Patreon and then joined the Discord.
Nice.
That's a good story.
That's cute.
Mine is very different from that. I had never heard of Cody Co before in my entire life. And my freshman year of college, I joined this student group. And these guys that were in it, these two guys, Will and Ryan, were always like making Cody Co references and just like always talking about Cody. And then he was like, you like Vine, right? And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, well, you should, like, watch it. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I don't remember what the first video I watched from him was, but, like, I hated Cody.
What?
When I first started watching his videos, I was like, this guy is not funny, like, at all.
Oh my
And
god.
And then through this, like, group, right, we were gonna bring a speaker to campus, and that was right around the time they released the, like, a Jeep Pie That's Cringe, right? And then I watched it, and it was the most hilarious thing. Well, I realized that the guy who made the Ajit Pai video he roasted was the guy coming to speak on my campus. And I was like, this is a golden opportunity. So I was like, hey, I want you to watch this video, but I don't want you to get offended. And so I showed him the That's Cringe, and he was like, this is hilarious. He was like, I've had, like, so many people, like, make fun of my work in my time, but, like, this is the first one that's, like, actually made me laugh. And I was like, okay, like, maybe I'll give this little man another chance.
Little man.
And then I did, and then I shortly, after, no pun intended, became a stan.
That's a nice story.
Wow.
Thank you.
The way I kind of did everything was that I kind of, like, I always love, like, Cody Ko's Vines. Like, I always love Vine, in general. So, you know, whatever. And then, like, one day, I saw him, like, on YouTube, and I was like wondering where, like, the Vine people went. And then I saw, like, his videos on YouTube, and when I saw that, it was in the summer of, like, last year, and I was on, like, a trip with my grandmother, like, on vacation, and we're, like, in the hotel room, and I start watching these, like, That's Cringe videos, and I'm literally crying in, like, the hotel room. Like, I'm laughing so hard, and, like, ever since then, I've been a stan, and then, like, obviously, like, because of that, like, I knew about, like, Noelle and stuff, and then I saw that, around November, I saw that they had, like, a Patreon and a Discord, and I was like, you know what, like, I want to join the Discord, so, like, I subbed to the Patreon, and then I was also kind of interested in their podcast, too, and then, yeah, here I am now, we're out here, and that's it, that's my lovely, boring story.
Mine's really similar to yours, actually. I knew of Cody from Vine, forgot where all the Viners went onto YouTube and was, like, watching all these videos and stuff like that. And then I remembered that on Vine, I remember watching the Skinny Penis Vine, and I clicked on Noelle's profile, and I scrolled through, and all these Vines were like, well, he had Instagram content Vines, like, just really white boy kind of things. I don't know how to describe them. They were just, like, Instagram content. I was going through them, and then I just clicked straight back off the page. I did not follow, did not even bother. I just was like, oh, that one Vine is funny, and that was it.
That was it.
I had no idea that Noelle was a Skinny Penis Vine. I fucking stand that Vine so bad. I thought it was so funny, and I had no idea until like a couple months ago. And like I knew it was Noelle. Like I saw it was him. Like I didn't even know, and then I was just like, oh my god, like it's Noelle. It made me love the Vine so much more.
It just takes, like, everyone a good few videos to realise that it's actually him from the Skinny Penis Vine.
Yeah. What's your guys' like favorite track that they, like, song ever, like, released on an album or not, that they've made?
Mine's probably I Fucked Your Bitch. I love that song.
Yeah.
I like Drip a lot. Drip's really good.
It's a good one.
I think I really like Keep Your Dick Fat and Stay Safe, but I also really like I Fucked Your Bitch. And I also really like Deadbeat.
I like Deadbeat a lot too.
I would have to say My top favorite is the Hot Problem song. um, but like an actual track, probably Please Be a Hit.
That one's really good too, because it's like it's like a song.
It feels like a real song. Oh, there you go, Alexia.
Yeah, there was a girl in the Tiny Meat Gang Discord that recorded like an indie girl version of Please Be a Hit.
Oh, I remember listening to that.
And like,
oh, it was Monica, right?
Yeah, and like that song slaps. I bump that song unironically sometimes.
Is it pinned to the server?
It's pinned to the music channel.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out after this. What else has happened this week?
There's new makeup launches.
Yeah, so this past week, or I guess a few weeks ago, Rihanna released her new Fenty Pro Filter Concealer. And
powder as well.
Yes, and powder as well. And she also released a few brushes for it. And there was quite a bit of hype around it because she claims that it was like the one true holy grail of like doesn't crease. And of course, all of us oily people who wear makeup were like, okay, Rihanna, like, we'll see. And so I picked up both. I picked up the concealer as well as the powder. Was not impressed by the powder. It just didn't really do it for me.
I heard that too.
But I will say I have been using the concealer for a few weeks now. And if you like correctly prime your under eyes and correctly set your concealer, it will not move. Wow. Which I am super like impressed by. Something that like some people had an issue with was that all of her concealers are slightly tinted to have a sort of a color corrector, which like if you're somebody like me who has really bad dark circles, that was really nice. Yeah. But I do know that was an issue that some people were having with that concealer. So I guess it's really a hit or miss.
Imagine not having dark circles and then having that be an issue for you.
Yeah. Like,
I wish that was me.
Sorry. I'm so sorry you have to deal with a slightly tinted concealer, you poor thing.
Yeah, I don't know much about it just because I can't really use her stuff because I don't have oily skin. But I do know that, like, I watched, Jeffree Star's, like, review, and he said the same thing, like, the powder was kind of weird, but the actual concealer itself looked nice. That's all I can say about that one, but I feel like her products are good, but, like, only for oily skin, like, oily combo skin. Like, people with dry skin, it's just no. Like,
well, that's the way she formulated
it.
Because she realized that there was a serious lack of like makeup that catered to people with oily skin, and it was something that like she, as somebody who's oily herself, noticed, and so she was like, all right, well, like nobody else is doing it, so I guess I will.
I just wish she would have a dewy foundation, then I would be all over it. But because I've got dry skin...
Me too.
Yeah, I would probably use a dewy foundation from her too. But this is the last thing I'll say about the concealer, what I really like, and I think this is just coming from me from more of like a professional standpoint, is that she, the way she formulated the shades and categorized each shade is that the number you have for your foundation, if you use her foundation, is the same number you will have for concealer. And so she already went ahead and made it a shade lighter to compensate.
Oh, that's
so, like,
good.
I'm a 170 in her foundation. And so I bought the 170 in the concealer, and the 170 in the concealer is way lighter than the foundation. So I like that. I like how easy it is to kind of just find one number and be able to run with it.
That's really good. I didn't know that.
To, like, buy a few shades lighter and get yourself confused and can't remember if you've got 170 in your foundation or one whatever in your concealer. It does make a lot of sense, so I'll give it that one.
Yeah.
Just can't wear it.
Yeah. Other new things that launched, the Kylie Cosmetics Valentine's Day collection.
Oh,
Yeah.
she does releases every month, I swear.
She
I
does.
know.
It's literally release after release. Like, she did the one with Jordan, and like 2 minutes later there was a new one. I was like,
I
cannot
forgot
keep
she
up.
had that one.
Yeah, me
Exactly.
too.
You miss it because she releases so much stuff that you just miss the stuff that you wanted to hear about, I guess.
Yeah.
Have you guys like tried any Kylie products?
No,
I am not.
No.
I am not a Kylie stan.
So, the only thing I've tried from her, I think, was like my junior year of high school, right? And this is when her lip kits were like super elusive and like she had like 2 shades and they all sold out in like 3 seconds.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So this girl in my English class like somehow got her hands on one, and I remember when it came in, like we all, like 6 of us, like filed into the bathroom and we're like passing this lipstick around, and we put it on.
That's
And
insanitary.
yeah, it was very sanitary.
It sounds like a cult.
And I
Everyone's just
put
worshipping this one lipstick.
The
I
Kylie
put
lip
it
kit
on.
cult.
I put it on and I was like, oh, this is nice. Like, it's pillowy. It feels good on my lips. I think maybe about 3 minutes later, my lips were looking so dry and so chapped. It was so ugly. I was like, this woman really just played all of us.
Yeah. I honestly didn't have any confidence in her products just because I don't like her. So I was just like, So I'm kind of glad that they're a little, you
I just remember all the controversy when her first like lip kits came out, and I remember Jeffree Star doing his review, and he was not
Yeah.
impressed whatsoever, just because of the the formula's so drying at the beginning. It was, I think it's changed now. And then he pulled out like the doe foot, and it was like all the fibers were coming off. And,
Yeah,
like,
I saw that.
Yeah, but I mean, like, not to mention, her lipsticks are literally just ColourPop liquid lips repackaged and overpriced.
she just takes your money and runs with it. That's it.
I mean, people will buy it because it's
Of course,
Kylie.
because it's got her name on it.
Yeah.
It's the same with like a lot of other products. If it's got someone's name on it, that's why like collaborations happen, is because people will buy it.
Yeah, that's like my biggest pet peeve when it comes to makeup, is like some makeup brand will like partner with a celebrity, create some very like mediocre product, and then slap the celebrity's name on it and price it for $50. Like, I'm talking like a few weeks ago, apparently this collaboration happened a long time ago, where some unheard of makeup brand did a collaboration with Jesse James Decker. And
I heard of that.
and it was an eyeshadow palette that was literally just neutral shades. Like, there was no shimmer shades or colorful shades or anything. And it was like 6 shades for like $40. And I was like, okay,
No thanks.
like, if nobody's ever heard of you, like, you can't just like upcharge for your products like that. And like, I made the comparison about how like James Charles and Morphe did a collaboration, but that's 39 shades for $39.
Yeah.
And they're good quality. I think the prices were justified there. Whereas like celebrities who don't know anything about makeup, and then they're like, I'm gonna make a makeup line.
It's
Do
like
that.
the one collab that it was the Olivia Jade and Sephora collection collab, and I looked at the palette and I was like, this is just for your skin tone. Like, it's so neutral and so boring. Like, there's nothing you can do with it. It's just so boring. And I was just,
It's super annoying. And then like most recently, Chloe and Malika did like a BFF collab with Becca,
Yeah.
and then I never heard anything of it. Like, it was never released in stores.
I saw it on Sephora.com.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw it in like the Sephora like rewards for a while. If you had a bunch of points, you could get the collection. But like, there was so little PR for it.
I know, yeah, I never even heard of it, honestly.
I hadn't
I
either
don't even know who Chloe and
until I
Malika
I
are.
was on Sephora like yesterday and I saw it there and I was like, oh, I didn't know about that one.
some no words. Some things do like slip through the cracks. Like we can't see everything, but if you've got good enough marketing, then we should be able to see it, especially with, like, we're so interested in makeup as it is.
Yeah.
And, like, the amount of accounts I follow on Instagram. Like, we should... Like, that's why people get sent PR, is to review it. And if they don't care about it, then how am I meant to care about it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, I'm looking at the collab on Sephora.com, and it's the same thing. It's, like, overpriced makeup that probably isn't that good. Like, this one that I'm looking at is a blush and, like, contour palette. Has 0.42 ounces of product total and has 4 shades. $44.
No thanks.
I'm not gonna buy that.
Yeah. I'm not a big luxury brand, like, person anyway, so it's hard for me to justify so much on makeup. Like, I think the most I've spent is, like, on one product is the Smashbox primer water. I love the primer water. I use it as, like, a setting spray, and I freaking love it. It's amazing. Yo, real talk, I'm, like, not even... Guys, hashtag not sponsored, but, you know...
Oh my god.
But should be.
The freaking... Yeah, it should be, because the primer water... I was at a concert. Okay, this concert was, like, 3 hours long. We were outside, and it was pouring rain. And I had a full face on, you know, everything be looking fly, like, we out here. And I had the primer water as, like, setting spray on. And at the end of the night, like, I go to, like, take a picture of the stage when everyone kind of left. And this girl comes up to me, and she's like, oh, my God, like, what setting spray do you use? And I'm like, what? Like, why? Like, what a random question. Like, okay, she's like, your makeup looks so good. Like, it's perfect. And I was like, really? Like, I honestly thought that my makeup was, like, running down my face. Because it was literally pouring rain. Like, I thought I was literally, like, look disgusting. And then, like, I pull my phone out, and I look, like, in the camera, and I'm like, and it looks, like, literally perfect. Like, nothing's wrong. And I was like, girl, it's just freaking Smashbox primer water. You better go buy that shit, because it's good.
Is it really bad that I don't use a setting spray?
No, it's not bad.
Especially if you're dry skinned.
Yeah.
It's mainly for people who will, like, sweat off their makeup.
Yeah.
If they, like, don't use it. Like, me, I have to use a setting spray, or else, like, my makeup's gone. But I think, like, so, like, Alexia, you found the product that worked for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, honestly, like, with anybody, if you can find the products that work for you, like, that, like, anybody can do that. Like, you don't have to be super talented or, like, have a, like, be really into makeup to do it. Like I was talking to some people last night about how I, like, had cried at work, and, like, you couldn't even tell. Like, my makeup didn't run, my mascara didn't run. Like, you just have to know how your skin reacts to products and how to set things in place.
Yeah. It's all trial and error, really.
Most things in beauty are.
Yeah. Which sucks because, like, it's
the
expensive.
Urban Decay setting spray.
I heard that one's good. The all-nighter one or a different one?
Yeah, all-nighter.
The all-nighter is good. I will say the, I don't remember what it's called, but I know Maybelline makes a good dupe.
Oh, the Instafix one.
Yes, that is such a good setting spray. I've used that before.
I've not used it, but I've seen it. It's quite cheap as well, isn't it? It's like £10, $10? I don't know.
Yeah, it's super affordable.
Yeah, and, like, the NYX one, that is so cheap. I've used that one before.
I think NYX is so severely underrated.
I love NYX.
I know. I have
Like,
so many products from them.
Their products are so good and work so well for, like, as dupes for so many products. And I think an issue that we have with beauty today is, like, people think if it's not name brand, then it's not going to work.
Yeah,
Like, that's why I like beauty YouTubers like Jeffree Star and Tati, because they go for things that I like.
I love them.
So drugstore and so affordable. Like, Jeffree won't use them all the time, but he at least tells you what's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love Tati so much. Like, what a queen.
I really do.
What a queen.
She's so beautiful, and she's so true to herself as well.
I know. Like, I honestly can't believe how beautiful she is. Like, I sit there and I'm like, girl, like,
like, I'm amazed she made it this long without any scandals.
She's just
that's
so
because
good.
she doesn't do sponsorships. Like, she doesn't really get involved in drama. Like, she just keeps to herself, reviews products, and then that's how she does it. And that's why I trust her opinion a lot of the time as well.
Yeah, I really trust her opinion too. She does have, I think she has,
And,
I can't remember if she has dry or
speaking
oily
of
skin.
YouTubers and scandals and drama.
I can't remember if it was her or Jeffrey. I think Jeffrey had oily
There-
skin and she had dry skin, but I can't remember. But one of
I
them,
think
like,
she's
I
dry.
take their, like, I don't listen to them as much just because they have different skin from me.
Jeffrey's
So I just kind of
oily.
sit there, like,
Mhm.
Anyway, YouTuber
You know.
scandals this week, 'cause they happen every week.
They are plentiful.
Oh yeah. T-Spill is the best account to get all this information from.
Yes, I love T-Spill.
Shout out T-Spill. Anyway, Brandon Calvier got thrown under the bus quite heavily by Trisha Paytas.
Yeah.
Quite heavily. It was quite bad. It was so bad. I don't even think she meant to do it as well. So basically, Trisha Paytas made a video saying how David Dobrik is he compared him to Ted Bundy, which is hilarious. Compared him to Ted Bundy, said he was the worst human being of all time, all because he made a bit in one of his vlogs about how asking Tana Mojo if she would have a threesome with Trisha and Jason. So she made a response video about, I think it was so long, it was like 19 minutes. And unintentionally, or intentionally, we don't know, dragged Brandon Calvier under the bus for dating a 17-year-old when he was 23. So my opinion on that is just that it's kind of gross.
it's disgusting.
It's so gross.
It's so gross. And people are, like, defending him, saying, like, oh, like, you know, like, she was, like, 18, like, when, like, they had, like, sex. And it's like, well, it's not about that. And plus, that's a lie anyway, because, like, there was a video that was recorded while she was 17. She wasn't 18 yet. And I think David was asking the girl, like, oh, like, you know, like, does Brandon, like, is he good in bed? And she was like, oh yeah, like, he's so good. And so, like, she was 17 at the time, and, like, you can't really lie about that. Like, the video evidence is there.
Unless it was for the bit, but I don't know.
I don't
But
think
it's-
so. Like,
But the thing I find weird is that they have been dating for like a month before he finds out that she's 17. How has that not come up in conversation before? Like, oh, when's your birthday? When's this? Unless she's, like, lied to him. But then that point, like, I'm not gonna get in the ins and outs of their relationship because they can do what they want. But that's, like, breaking a little bit of trust there if she's lied to
yeah,
him
I agree.
that entire time about her birthday and, like, how old she is.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
would you not be kind of freaked out about that?
I'd be pissed, like, if someone, like, would lie about their age, and, like, I found out, like, a month later, or however much time later, I'd literally be so pissed. Like,
I would just,
Like-
I wouldn't. And then what's even more gross is the fact that he wasn't really fazed by it. He just was like, oh, let's wait a few weeks then. And then messaged her, like, the day after her birthday. They said that in their response video. He messaged her literally the day after her birthday. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, that's how creepy he is.
But
Yeah.
why? I feel like when you start to talk to somebody, something that is very important is knowing how old they are.
especially
Unless
on the
he's, like,
internet.
lied.
Even as an adult, I'm 25, I'm turning 26 in April. I always ask how old somebody is, like, when I start to talk to them. It's so important.
It's like one of the first questions you ask is like, how old are you?
Yeah. And plus, when you're on Tinder, you can see their age.
I think she must have lied because it was on Bumble, so she must have lied and put her age as 18. But, like,
Yeah.
how long can you keep... That can put you in such dangerous situations as well, and that's what's so frustrating, is that because she said that she's 18 when she's 17. Imagine if... I'm not saying they did have sex before she was 18, but, like, if they did, then that's putting someone else's life in, like, danger because you've lied.
I hate that. I really do. And honestly,
I really dislike it.
it's like a whole sticky situation. Or, like, a lot of the times underage girls will go to the club and, like, you can't tell. Like, I mean, sometimes you can tell, but, you know, like, if they're at the club, like, any, like, drunk dude is gonna think that they're of age, like, you're at the club or whatever, right? I mean, I know in England, I think it's different, but at least here you have to be 19 to go to the club, and in the States you have to be 21 to drink, right? So like you would think that you were at least 18, but a lot of girls, like all these high school girls, they're out here.
There are here in Texas, you either, it depends on the location. They either will only let you in if you're 21, or if you're under 21 but over 18, they have to put like an X on your hand.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that until today either, because it's just, obviously we can drink at 18, so it's not really a big problem. Obviously we do get underage people in clubs and bars.
It happens
but
everywhere. Like, it really does.
It's a really common thing, but like to have an X on your hand, that's such a good way of like straight off the bat.
Yeah. I go to a lot of like local shows, and some of them are like 19 plus, but like, like if you're 18 or like, whatever, and if there is like a bar there and you're underage, like they'll just put an X on your hand or like something like that too, so they don't sell you like alcohol. But it's still, honestly, if the police be listening, I'm sorry. It's so easy to get a drink. Like, just get your friend to do it. Like,
it is so easy.
it's so easy.
Because where I'm from, drinking's the only thing you can really do. Because there's literally nothing. So you start drinking so young, and then by the time you get to like 18 and you can legally drink, you're just a bit bored. But then you get to go to the clubs.
Yeah.
But like you'll see people even now posting on Facebook like, is there anyone's ID I can borrow? Like, you're gonna go out underage because you're borrowing someone else's ID.
Can I just say, girls under the age of 18, y'all don't need to be like getting into these kind of shenanigans. Like, just wait. You don't need to be trying to act like you're 18 and getting a grown man into a situation he doesn't need to be in.
Yep.
There's no, like, you shouldn't be lying, and you need to understand that your actions can hurt somebody. Like, you could ruin someone's whole life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just leave that man alone. Don't.
Yeah.
There was this story recently from where I'm from. And this guy, he's been sent to prison for God knows how long, like, I think it was a couple of years or maybe under that. And obviously had to be put on the sex offenders list because he met a girl off Tinder and her age on there, I think it was 18. And she came back to his flat or apartment or whatever. And they did the nasty. Or something along the lines. Something sexual happened, and that's what the article said. I won't like put him on blast. And it turned out that she was fucking at 12 years old. It's awful. And he was, I think he was like 24 or something like that. I'm gonna have to find the article.
Oh
but,
my
like,
god. Okay, how do you not
12 years
tell?
old. No, but like some young girls do look older, and that's true. But
Yeah. Like, I did,
is-
but I definitely didn't look 18. Like, I looked maybe 15.
I was just like, that's beyond, absolutely beyond.
Nah, that's just gross. That's just like,
I know, but his life is I'm not saying that it's great, but like, I'm not condoning this happening. But like, his life is so ruined because she's lied about her age. And
yeah, I
it's just-
know. It's shitty. I feel like it's both responsibilities. Like, on one side,
Of
you
course,
shouldn't lie
yeah.
about your age, and on the other side, you should just ask. And like, if they
Yeah.
still, if you believe them and they lie, like, I mean, you can't really blame
It's
someone for
just-
believing a lie. Like,
Well, no, especially when you've
But-
got no other information to go off.
yeah. Either way, it's a shady situation overall. Everyone should just stop. Just date people like
Just
around
date
your age,
people your
please.
own
Like,
age.
thank you. Goodbye. That's the end.
Oh my god. It's just one of them. What can you even do to stop that happening other than sleep with people your own age?
Yeah, I feel like sometimes, like, I think especially for girls, like, less for guys, because like guys, like, I don't know, when they're young they don't really care about that kind of stuff, or I don't know, I'm not a dude, but I find that, like, especially when I was younger, it's like with media and everything, like, you want to be older. Like, you want to do older things. Like, you think that, like, you can be with, like, an older dude. And honestly, like, girls, if you're listening, don't do it because they are always using you. They were, like, 100%, they are always using you. I don't care what anyone tells you, unless they're, like, 3 years or whatever older than you. But if you're, like, 14 and the dude's, like, about to go to college, stop. That's
Stop
gross.
it. Yep.
He's using you, and you think you love him, but let me tell you, honey, you don't love him. That comes from years of experience, girl. It's never gonna work out. Like, those guys are always scummy and always gross. Like, it's just, like, if some older dude is trying to hit on you, and you're, like, 14, 15,
Just
like,
run away.
yeah, just run away. Like,
Run
away.
away.
I'm sure, like, I know it feels great because you're like, oh my god, like a college guy. Oh my god. Like, okay, put those feelings aside. Say no. Say thanks for the offer, but you're gross. And go away and find someone your own age, honey.
You need to be thinking about, why is this grown boy not getting any from girls his own age? What's wrong with him?
Exactly.
There must be something wrong with him if he is resorting to underage girls. So.
Yeah. There's something wrong with him. I'm sorry.
Just something really strange.
It's ridiculous.
Another YouTube scandal that happened this week. Emma Chamberlain has unfollowed the Sister Squad.
Oh,
Really?
Definitely not as dramatic as Brandon Calvillo's drama, but yeah, she's unfollowed almost everyone on Instagram. And James Charles tweeted saying that he did a really great look, but she wouldn't have seen it, and she put that she'll check on it just because it's him. But why? I don't understand. And then all the stans are coming and being like, she only follows 17 people because she met Ethan, or whichever one she's apparently dating, when she was 17, and 17's an important number to her. And I was like, I don't understand stans.
I don't either.
That's just it.
Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes, I guess.
It just be like that. I guess every fandom has that kind of thing, though.
Yeah.
Where they
I
just
feel
make up conspiracy theories about nothing.
Or, like, the worst is when people make, like, fan fiction about, like, YouTubers or something. Like, bro, what's wrong with you?
That
I used to read so much fan fiction when I was younger.
That fan fiction that Drew and Danny did a video about was so funny.
It's like, it's just it just makes me laugh. Like, I don't know if you guys watch oh my god, I forgot his name. Hello?
Curtis Connor?
Yes, Curtis Connor, but not him. Danny Gonzalez.
Oh, Dan.
I
Danny.
literally
so
just
long.
said his name. How did you forget
That
it?
took so long. I'm sorry. I had a moment. Danny Gonzalez and Drew Gooden did that video where they talked about, like, they read their fan fiction out loud, and it was literally so hilarious. Like, why do people write that? Like, it had, like, M-Preg in it. Like, oh god. Like,
Cody did a
that's, like,
video like that
classic.
too.
I'm sick of people calling penises shafts.
oh god, I hate that. The shaft and schlong are the worst penis words.
No. His member.
Oh no, the best is when, like, they're talking about, like, a vagina and they just go, down there. Like, what's down there?
Or like when they say,
asshole.
like, her sex.
Oh, I hate that. Ew.
Oh my god. It's when they call virginity flowers.
Ugh.
Oh, you could
But
just tell the
no.
person writing it has never had sex.
Cody did
Ever.
one where him and Kelsey reenacted it. You guys
Ooh.
remember that?
Oh, yeah.
gosh, yeah.
That one was so good.
And it was so bad too.
Oh my
Oh god, speaking of Cody and Kelsey, like, their new video they just came out with, and it was about, like, the Valentine's one, and like they had the couple that like to connect with nature and like have sex in the forest and like be naked. People that say like her sex and like her flower, they just are those people. Like they just remind me of those people. Like those like weird, like
people that just have tantric sex in the garden.
Disgusting. Some people should not be allowed to procreate.
Yeah, honestly. I
Please
don't.
just tie her tubes.
Wait, that was about Justin and Haley Baldwin, right?
No.
Which one? No, this was.
Girl, what? Didn't they just say that they were celibate like the whole time they were together?
Yeah. I
Don't
don't
believe
know if I
that.
believe that.
Don't believe that at all.
But I did watch Haley Baldwin's Vogue interview. It came out literally like today. Her 73 questions one. And literally all of the questions were about Justin Bieber. I'm like, you do understand that she is her own person as well. She's like just as successful. And all the questions were like, oh, so out of Justin's closet, what one item would you steal? And she was like, socks.
Socks.
Yeah. She just went, I already steal them anyway, so socks.
Hey, actually, who the fuck says that?
I don't know. But, like, that was all the questions. It was just, like, everything about Justin Bieber. It's like, oh, what's it like? How often do you and Justin text? And she's like, every day. Like, in my head, I'm just thinking, yeah, they're married.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
How often do you text your husband?
Like, I don't know, ask
Never.
him to get milk.
I never text him. I hate my husband.
So we're actually
if you
getting a
just said-
divorce.
That's like
turns
the
around
reveal.
and says
The
that.
Vogue reveal, the exclusive. Just
Vogue exclusive.
My goodness.
Oh, man.
God.
Well,
else
on
are-
that note,
What else are celebrities doing?
Kylie Jenner is having the most grandiose birthday party for her 1-year-old child today.
God.
Who won't
Um,
remember it at all.
Just solidifies my fact that, like, birthday parties for people under 5 are not for the kid themselves.
They're not.
No.
They really
No.
aren't.
So as we're speaking, Kylie Jenner is having this party, and if you flip through her Instagram story right now, you know, like at the Travis Scott concerts, how the entrance is like a big blow up of like his head and you walk into the mouth.
Oh my god, tell me it's her head.
It's Stormy Webster's head.
No, I'm just getting it up now.
And then you walk
No.
in and it's like an indoor amusement park, right? So they have like this
Oh,
swing
no.
ride that's like throwing people around. They have mini pizzas in Big Mac boxes with her initials on them. They have little lemons filled with lemonade. Pretzel vendors walking around with pretzels on umbrellas. And bendy straws in the form of her name in cursive.
Oh my god, this is
Like-
literally the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Are you watching her story?
I'm watching it now. What are these clothes that she's got hung up? Is that
I
merch
know.
you can buy?
It's merch at her kid's
Oh,
birthday party.
I'm dead. Merch.
Oh no.
Okay. Honestly, on
You
that
have not
note,
got
I'm done.
So
I'm done.
I'm on my I'm going to Stormy Webster's birthday party now. I will see you guys all later.
Wait, so what is she doing with the money from the merch?
Probably pocketing it.
Probably.
putting it into Kylie Cosmetics and scamming us all.
Yeah, what else would she do with it?
And on that note, this has been the Titty Gang Podcast. Thanks for listening.
The number one podcast, guys. We're better than Logan Paul. Just saying.
I don't think we're allowed to claim that.
Not in the first episode anyway.
Tune in next week. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
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 Bye.